Hey guys, what is up? My name is Eric, also known as Aviator. I'm coming to you live once again from my home here in Central Florida. Now today, I'm bringing you guys a bit of an update to my setup video. I try to do this every time I get a new piece of cool equipment of some kind, something that's worthwhile to share with you all. I most recently did this for an Astro A40 headset I got, which I'm still freaking in love with. In fact, I'm even more in love with it. I broke it and Astro replaced it, which was remarkable. I didn't expect that. Secondarily, I do have a new piece of equipment. Secondarily, I can't even get my words together, guys. But regardless, I'm going to keep going because I have a new controller. Now, like a lot of you guys, you probably have looked at these modded controllers and these people who make these special controllers. And for me, I always kind of felt like it was overrated. They're either just a really pretty paint job with a trigger mod, and I've got a really fast trigger finger anyway. I can shoot 19 balls a second on a paintball gun. Like, I know how to shoot, dadgummit. I like to shoot these semi-automatic weapons as much as possible. There was no reason for me to go out and spend $100 in a controller if all it did was make me shoot faster. Just kind of seems silly. So, with that in mind, I never bought one. However, about a month ago now, I guess it was, at MLG Orlando, I met a guy named Duncan who runs a company called Scuf Controllers. Now, apparently, Scuf is really big in Europe, in the UK. Apparently, they're like really, really big over there, well known. In the US, I never even heard of them before. And they convinced me, by just holding their controller for a few minutes, that it was completely different than anything I'd seen yet, and this is why. All right, so first off and foremost, I'm going to turn it on. This is a wired controller. It's my first wired controller ever, actually, and I'm liking it. I don't know that there's really that much of a difference for a guy at my level between wired and wireless. I know that once you get to a competitive level, there is less latency and things like that you really want to be able to use a wired controller. It helps your game. But for me, doesn't make a difference that I can tell. With that in mind, though, I like this because it's A, really pretty. It's the new camo that the military is using. And B, there's a couple really cool features about it that I think are amazing. First thing is that it's an actual Xbox 360 controller. This is not something that they made at Mad Catz or anywhere else. This is a controller that literally came from the Xbox factory, which that means a lot to me because a lot of these custom controllers use much cheaper, lower quality controllers, and I want something that's going to last, particularly if I'm spending some money on it. So first and foremost was that. That impressed me. Second, it has like a grip to it that is completely different. Your hands don't feel like they're sliding off the controller like they do on the regular one. But that's not the important stuff. The important stuff aren't the grayed out buttons that I like also. Let me walk you through this stuff. All right, I'm going to actually zoom in on some of this as well. But for now, I want you to get an idea of what's going on right here. You've got two different elements of this controller you're not going to get anywhere else, and this is what made me go with this. All right, so first and foremost are the triggers. Now the triggers, I mentioned before, I like to shoot semi-automatic weapons, whether I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 with the FAL, playing with the Type 95 on Modern Warfare 3. Like, I love semi-automatic weapons. Now, what's amazing is these have adjustable triggers. So what I can do, instead of having to pull a long trigger pull every single time, I can set it so that's my trigger pull. You guys can see, that's my trigger pull, that's it. I can barely bump it, and it goes. It's amazing. I barely have to touch this thing in order to fire the trigger. Changes the game completely for me. Like, it really does, because without having to pull all the way down in order to get the shot, I can fire much faster. So that's cool. But the most important and the coolest thing about this controller is what's on the bottom. Now, these are called Scuf bump pads or something along this. I'm not sure. I just like the controllers. I don't work for them. They're cool people, though. I will say that. Duncan is a crazy guy. If you guys ever get to meet him at an MLG event or whatever, you'll like him. With that in mind, these right here, these bumpers, these kind of funky looking things that look just like the top of the controller, these are your buttons. So instead of reaching all the way up here, all you have to do is tap a button. It's amazing. Like, seriously, guys, it is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I no longer have to hit A and B over here to jump or knife. I can hit A and B right here. So I can jump around corners without ever moving my finger or my thumb off the control sticks. All right, so this doesn't seem like it's a big deal to you, perhaps. But if you guys played Modern Warfare 3 at all yet, you know that in Modern Warfare 3, when you kill someone, you can hear them rage. It's the coolest thing ever. It's my favorite thing about Modern Warfare 3 thus far, is the fact that when you kill someone, you can hear them go, "Oh my gosh, Aviator!" It's so, well, they probably won't say Aviator to you, but it's really, really funny. And for me, jumping around corners with this controller, which is so easy to do because I can literally jump, spin around the corner, and shoot someone, just all at the same motion. I've been doing it over stairs a lot in Modern Warfare 3 because those buildings are so small. You can jump over the stairs, spin backwards, and kill all with like one fluid motion. It's so cool. Like, seriously, it is so freaking exciting. I'm loving it. And basically, the biggest common thing that people say in their little rage fest is, "Gosh dang it, Aviator, you and your freaking halo jumping." It's really funny. But yeah, so I really like this. Also, it's giving me the ability to panic knife again because I use tactical layout so I can drop shot and avoid situations a lot. I like to dive behind cover. I got really addicted to it in Modern Warfare 2, and then with the ability to dolphin dive and whatnot in Black Ops, it was just so much fun. I still use tactical. Now, with that in mind, instead of having to reach all the way up here to B to knife, I just hit this button right here, and I'm knifing them for days. It's great. It's actually got me out of quite a few situations that I would normally be the one getting knifed, so that's nice. And I guess that's it. I'm going to do what I can to show you guys a little bit of me gameplay with me using this, maybe split screen. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check these out, there's a link in the description that lets them know you're coming from me. And I definitely endorse these. I think it's a really cool controller. They're a little bit more expensive than I think they should be, but I know that they're using genuine Xbox merchandise for now. So good stuff to them at Scuf Controlling. And Duncan, thank you very much for letting me hold it at MLG Orlando. I'm a pretty big fan. So guys, one last thing. The sticks are customizable too. It's not just the buttons. I have a PS3 stick on this side, or basically it's a dome stick. So instead of using my Control Freak that I've used for years, I just use this, and it works really, really accurately. In fact, my accuracy is higher in this game than it has been in the past. So very cool stuff, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a comment below with your questions, suggestions, and otherwise. And look for another setup update video soon. I've got something else I want to talk to you guys about. So that's it. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.